So you guys remember when makeup used to be like fun and actually like self-expression? Because I sure as hell do. And I gotta say that the clean girl aesthetic is making me kind of disappointed in the makeup world, you know? So today I wanted to show you some ways of making your makeup more fun and some products that you might be scared of, but you shouldn't be. And I'll tell you why. Hi guys, welcome to Made Up Me Search, and today we're gonna look at five different products that might look a little intimidating, but are actually gonna be a great fun for your makeup and are not intimidating at all. I do have some makeup on, but that doesn't mean that I cannot, pile on more. First thing I want to talk about is the ridiculous amount of warm toned makeup in the drugstores and just like in stores in general. Because not everybody has a warm undertone, like not even me, even I am a neutral. And most of my friends are actually cool undertone. And what do I tell them when we go shopping and we cannot find anything for them? Like, there's nothing I can say. However, there are some things you can do that can help you with that. And a hero for my cool tone girlies is a blue lip gloss. Listen, I know these look crazy, but from, the least crazy to the most crazy, let me show you these. Because these are going to make every lip instantly more cool. Why? Because they're blue. First we have this one, Fenty Ice. This is like the most subtle version you can get. It's basically clear with like a very subtle blue shift. You cannot even really see it. Let me demonstrate. This is definitely a warm toned lip. There's a ton of color theory everywhere nowadays, and I think it's a great thing. Now, what if you bought this and you don't really like it and you wanted something more cool toned? Slap a blue lip gloss on it. So this one, it's like actually almost clear. I'm gonna show you on one half of my lip. And also it's minty, so if you don't like a minty glosses, this may not be for you, but there is a subtle shift. But if you want like a true power of a blue gloss, I highly recommend this one from NYX, the Jelly Job. First of all, the formula is awesome, the applicator is fun, but look at this. Now it's like a completely different color. So yeah, this side with the Fenty, you can tell that this is kind of the same, but just a bit glossy. But if you really go in with the blue, this is a lot cooler toned color. And this works with pinks, this works with just about everything. And does it look like I have an insane blue gloss on? No, it doesn't. Like, if you want to see an insane blue gloss, this one from Sephora is more like it. This one is full on like blue shimmer and everything. This is not necessarily something you want to go for if you want just this subtle transformer. So this one a little bit too subtle, this one a little bit too out there. We want something like this, which is clear, but it clearly has a blue tone that is going to like neutralize and make everything more cool. So that is why you shouldn't be afraid of a blue lip gloss. All right, next I want to talk about blushes, specifically purple blushes. You've seen them everywhere, you hear everyone talk about them, and you probably think, oh, those are not for me. Like I wouldn't wear a purple blush. I thought that too. However, there is still like something fun to it. I wanted to show you a few blushes that I absolutely love that are purple and that I just really like wearing and I think are gorgeous. First, I'm gonna start with like the less subtle one. This is the Trended Up Powder Blush. I wanted to start with something that is like more accessible, and you will notice that most of these purple blushes actually have a pink undertone. You can see this one specifically is a little bit more like a berry, but you can see that this is kind of blending out into a completely different color. I'm gonna powder my cheeks with some powder foundation because I have a little bit of blush on, but it's very pale. What I also wanted to show you are these Made by Mitchell blushes. Like, this is a true lilac, right? This is like a dark purple. Those are the shades that are scaring people, but then if you swatch it and you actually blend it out, you will see that even this one is blending out into like a more pink toned look. Not everything that seems super purple is actually going to be that purple on the face. So I'm gonna just put a bit on. And I like to put my blush in like a little halo. So I go in with the darkest shade here on my temple. And yeah, like I'm overdoing it so that you can see the color. But you can see that this is not like super intimidating or like weird looking, right? You wouldn't look at me and think, oh my god, she's got a purple blush. That's what I like. I really like this blush. If I take the Mitchell blush, and I'm gonna go in with like the very scary purple one. just a bit because these are pigmented. Again, like, yeah, it's purple, but you wouldn't look at me and think like, oh my god, this is the most insane blush I have ever seen. Like, this looks more subtle than this one. Like, come on. So don't be afraid of the purple blush. Like, if I take my hair down, it's just blushy, you know? It's just blushy. Can this one look like a bruise? Absolutely. If you overdo it, if you don't blend it well, if, you know, if it's looking patchy, can look like a bruise because bruises are purple. But, you know, is it looking like that right now? I don't think so. I think this looks like really chic. I love it. Other thing with the purple blushes is that you can kind of use them to create the halo effect like I'm starting right now. So I would also like to give a shout out to the Melt blushes. This is the Blushlight in the shade Electra, which looks like this. Again, insanely intimidating. But if you swatch it, you actually find out that it's just a really nice, really pale, almost like a blush topper. And that is exactly how you can use it. Or you can use it just on its own because it's gorgeous and it's glowy. So let me show you. I'm gonna take a more sparse brush for this and I'm gonna go in with on this side, and you can kind of see the glow getting in. Do you see that? So cute. These blush lights are really nice, and it's giving it like a little bit of a cooler tone as well. But the same thing can go even for like paler blushes like this one. So if I take it on the other side and I want to like extend the blush a bit and blend it more inwards, I would rather go in with a lighter shade, knowing that it's going to look a bit more subtle. Like, especially if I cover it with hair, it looks completely normal. If I don't, still, I think it looks completely fine. It's all very much a personal preference, but if you're kind of sick of the usual, you know, pink and peachy blushes, I think this is something to look at because it can be very, very fun. Another lip product, because I told you there's multiples. I want to talk about black lipstick because I feel like it gets such a bad rep. Like, when you talk about black lip products, people are instantly like, oh my god, like, this is just for goths, you know, I could never pull this off. Wrong, you're wrong, not true. Actually, black lip color is giving you like so much more self-expression than you would expect, even in the sheerest form. So first of all, of course, black can be very neutral. For example, I have this little like twist off thingy from MAC, and you can see that when I spread it on my hand, it's basically gray, which is going to lovingly neutralize anything you have on your lips. Again, great for any corrections, basically, like muting down any color. I use this a lot with like mauves, for example, because they're always just wrong. Another one I want to give shout out to is the Made by Mitchell Moonlight Lip Oil. This is probably my favorite black lip product. It does have a bit of a sparkle to it, but again, sheer gray, gorgeous. If I put this one on, like, again, does this look crazy? I don't think so. But what I like about this is that like instantly there's like an impact in this lip color, you know? There's like more going on than just a nude gloss. But you get all the benefits from wearing a gloss and like a sheer lip product. You don't really have to worry about it. Like, this is not gonna smear black anywhere, but you're still getting that like extra statement, you know? That like extra color, something a bit more fun, a bit more interesting. It's just black. And they can be really affordable, like this one from Essence. Also, one of my complete absolute favorites. And when you look at it, again, it's a gorgeous, like, sheer gray. So good. So good. This is, like, the most universal lip product to me. It's sheer, it's black, it's glossy. That's what I like to wear on the daily because it gives you that, like, extra something, you know? Now let's talk about lashes. There has been a boom of colorful mascaras lately. And I gotta say, yeah, like, I wasn't wearing them for the longest time as well. But there are some real good benefits to wearing colorful mascaras. If your hair is blonde, strawberry blonde, ginger, red, whatever, sometimes you have like paler features, which is something I suffer from myself. And when you put on a black mascara, it just feels a bit too much, which is where brown mascara comes in. Like, I wasn't using brown mascara for the longest time, and now I literally cannot live without it. This one is the tubing mascara from Catrice in brown. Amazing. Like, also, if you're not super used to wearing makeup, but you want to look a little put together, brown mascara. Or any other colored mascara that is kind of corresponding to your eye color or whatever. Like, this is usually the trick to these. Of course, you can wear royal blue mascara and it's completely fine. But like, if you want to kind of like trick the eye, I love to use a burgundy one. I got this one again from Catrice. And this one is, I don't know if I can show you. It's kind of like a reddish brown and it looks really good with my blue eyes. If I don't wear anything in this, it looks very put together, very nice. But I also have fun ones, like this one from Trended Up, which is basically pink or purple. I don't remember anymore. Yeah, this one is basically like purple. A very similar effect on my eyes, actually. I would definitely recommend a colorful mascara if you want to, just add some fun color to your eyes and you don't mind not having black lashes. Or if you think a black mascara is just a bit too much, but you would like to wear something, there you go. And last but not least, this one maybe not as intimidating as I think, but I feel like everybody I talk to about brow pens is just fucking terrified of them. So let me talk about them some more. I have, most of these are dual-ended for some reason. They come in all different price ranges. Sometimes they're dual-ended with a gel. Sometimes they're not. Depends. You can get felt tip ones or you can get brush tip ones. I do prefer the brushy ones because they don't get like clogged up with your eyebrow makeup. And again, might seem a bit intimidating, but if I show you right now, I do have some brow gel on my eyebrows. But if I show you right now, like, it is actually quite easy to draw with these and not look like a complete freaking idiot. You kind of get a hang of it. And I feel like people are all really afraid of these brow pens and think that they're gonna look like, oh my god, like I drew my eyebrows on with a pencil. No, you won't. Like, it looks completely normal. Like, especially if you're like really light-handed and you really know how to use them. Like, I'm not that good with them. I'm just wanted to show you that anybody can use them. There's also this one from Maybelline, which has like 3 tips. So you can be 3 times as efficient. See, and like, I don't think this looks insane. And especially for like the inner part of your brows, if your brows are a little bit bold like mine, great hack. These look way more natural than a pencil, in my opinion, and they're even like faster and easier to work with once you get used to it. And it doesn't take that long. So if you are struggling with your brows, I would definitely recommend a brow pen. At least give it a shot. And because these are usually 2-in-1, you sometimes get a brow gel on the other end, or a tinted brow gel, or again, clear brow gel. This one, not as much like creative outlet, more like a just convenient thing to have, I guess. And yeah, that is all. This was my little lecture on fun makeup products that might scare you, but you don't have to be scared of them. Maybe take a look at them, incorporate them in your routine, and have more fun with your makeup. Thank you for joining me on this little chaotic ride. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!